The Labour Party has won this general election, and I have called Sir Keir Starmer to congratulate him on his victory. Today, power will change hands in a peaceful and orderly manner, with goodwill on all sides. That is something that should give us all confidence in our country's stability and future.
We did it! You campaigned for it, you fought for it, you voted for it, and now it has arrived. Change begins now. And it feels good, I have to be honest. 4.5 years of work changing the party. This is what it is for. A changed Labour Party, ready to serve our country, ready to restore Britain to the service of working people. And across our country, people will be waking up to the news, relieved that a weight has been lifted, a burden finally removed from the shoulders of this great nation. And now we can look forward again, walk into the morning, the sunlight of hope, pale at first, but getting stronger through the day, shining once again on a country with the opportunity after 14 years to get its future back. And I want to thank each and every one of you here for campaigning so hard for change. And not just in this campaign either. Also for these 4.5 years changing our party. The Labour movement is always everything's achieved, past and future, down to the efforts of its people. So thank you truly. You have changed our country. But a mandate like this comes with a great responsibility. Our task is nothing less than renewing the ideas that hold this country together. National renewal. Whoever you are, wherever you started in life, if you work hard, if you play by the rules, this country should give you a fair chance to get on. It should always respect your contribution, and we have to restore that.
The Labour Party led by Sir Keir Starmer has ended the Conservative 14 years rule in the UK with a decisive victory in the general election. His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in Nigeria, earlier before the election, took to his Twitter account to throw his support for the Labour Party, urging everyone in the United Kingdom to vote for the Labour Party. His tweet was seen by many as trying to influence the UK election. I don't know how influential his tweet was, but I know that it is good he lent his voice after the Conservative led by Rishi Sunak supported the sham of election that was conducted by INEC in Nigeria, and Sunak was the first to congratulate Tinubu. Aside Mr. Peter Obi's tweet, the UK citizens needed a change in government for several reasons. The Conservative has held on to power for 14 years, seeing different reforms. You have David Cameron's Brexit referendum, you have Boris Johnson's infamous Polygate scandal, you have Liz Truss's catastrophic mini-budget, and then you have the Sunak public relations blunders. But the last straw that broke the camel's back was the UK economy. The UK citizens did not trust the Conservatives to handle the dwindling UK economy and the biting inflation. The voters are upset about soaring costs, high interest rate, stagnant wages, poor health care, and the overwhelmed public service. I want you to take notice of the things I just mentioned that led to the downfall of the Conservative led by Rishi Sunak. These were the things that made them vote out the Conservative Party. They held grudges against them and they did not reward them for their failure, unlike what we do here in Nigeria.
The British people have delivered a sobering verdict tonight. There is much to learn and reflect on, and I take responsibility for the loss. To the many good, hard-working Conservative candidates who lost tonight, despite their tireless efforts, their local records of delivery, and their dedication to their communities, I am sorry. I will now head down to London, where I will say more about tonight's result before I leave the job of Prime Minister, to which I have given my all. I will then return here, to my family's home, and I look forward to spending more time with you all in the weeks, months, and years ahead. Thank you.
With all the aforementioned reasons like the soaring costs, the high interest rate, the stagnant wages, the poor healthcare, and the overwhelming public service, the UK is still a far better economy, stable country than what we have here in Nigeria. But the UK citizens sense a slight change in their economy, and they voted out the people, the party that is responsible for that slight change. They did not reward them for their failure. They needed new ideas, they needed new leadership, and they went for it. If you watch critically, you will notice that the winner of the election was thanking the people for making it possible. Without them, he would not have won that election. Whatever they've experienced in the UK, the inflation, the stagnant wages, we are experiencing the worst of it in Nigeria here. As a matter of fact, we cannot even compare the UK and Nigeria. UK is a multicultural country that houses different people of different tongues, tribes, color, language, religion, but they came together and voted for the change they needed. That's how a progressive country works. As a matter of fact, there was a party called Yoruba Party in the United Kingdom that contested the election in the UK. And then the big question is, why is our own different in Nigeria? Why do we always go backwards instead of going forward? Why can't we be progressive in our thinking? Why must we be archaic in our thinking? We are experiencing the worst kind of leadership, but we can't effect a change. The last election was the worst of its kind. Tribalism was the order of the day. People were maimed, people were killed, properties were destroyed because they are from another tribe. Isn't it obvious that the citizens of Nigeria are the ones that are culpable for this underdevelopment in this country? Of course they are. Nigerians are the ones that enable corrupt politicians to do what they do here because we defend them rather than voting them out. APC took over power in 2015. Since then, they have destroyed everything in this country. Rather than voting APC out, we still allow them to remain in power, and some persons are still defending them. And crying out loud, those of you supporting APC and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, mention one thing they've done differently. Mention one thing they've done to change this country, to change your life, to make your life better. Are you not thinking? Is your brain suspended? Please don't tell me about INEC or the judiciary. We are the ones that enable these people to do what they want to do, and they go scot-free. Talking about the INEC, another thing I noticed is their voting system. The voting system in the UK was so seamless. No harassment, no gunshot, no intimidation, no disenfranchisement. No one was told to go back to their village and vote. Everyone voted, including Nigerians living in the UK, and the results were electronically transmitted and announced in real time. Again, you are not going to hear about election litigation because the election was transparent and fair. INEC can make election to be transparent and fair in this country. A transparent and fair election will reduce the number of litigations we have in this country, because the number of litigations we are having in this country is what is contributing to the corruption in our judiciary. If we fix our electoral process, I can tell you our judiciary will be vibrant and strong. Of course, this can be done in Nigeria. We can conduct a credible, transparent and fair election in this country. We can have a trustworthy judiciary. But the politicians you voted in power will not allow that, because they need the old system. They need a corrupt system to keep rigging their way into power. But we can change all this. Look at what Sir Keir Starmer was saying. He was thanking the people for making that change possible. Without the people, that change will not be possible. We can change all of this by demanding for a reform Ask our elected members in the National Assembly to pass into law the reforms we need. If they fail to do so, we stage a massive protest. Look at what is happening in Kenya. They took to their politicians and they got what they want. We must understand that these guys won't fix this country because they profit from a corrupt system. It is our duty to fix our country. We should not allow them to waste our life because they are wasting our life. What did President Muhammadu Buhari do for you for the past 8 years he was in office? He wasted 8 years of your life. Are you going to allow Bola Ahmed Tinubu to waste another 8 years of your life? That is 16 years of wastage. Come on, Nigerians, wake up! Wake up from your slumber. You have been sleeping for too long and these politicians are taking you for a ride. Imagine in Nyesom Wike, an appointee in an FCT threatening an elected FCT senator that he's going to rig her out in office. What an affront. The reason why he's doing all this is because Nigerians will not do anything. We need to rise, or we need to stand up for our rights and tell the politicians that we gave them the power that make them who they are. Change does not begin with the president. It begins with you. And the only way you can effect that change is by voting in the right persons. You must ensure you vote only people that are people-centric. Anyone that comes back for you to ask for your vote again, ask the person, what did you do with the vote I gave to you the last time? That is a very serious question you must ask them. They must present their scorecard to you. If their scorecard is below expectation, you should vote in someone that will give you high expectation. Thank you very much. I will see you in the next video.